Colin had always been the quiet one, an introverted man living a life of routine and restraint. His days revolved around caring for his parents, especially his terminally ill mother. The world outside their modest home felt distant, almost unreachable, until the night he met Ray. Ray was everything Colin wasn't: older, confident, magnetic. The leader of a biker gang, he carried the kind of energy that made people stop and stare. When Colin first saw him, something inside him stirred, something equal parts fear and fascination. Ray saw that spark too, and what began as a quiet friendship soon grew into something deeper, darker, and more intimate. Ray introduced Colin to a world of submission and control, a relationship built on trust, obedience, and unspoken affection. Colin cooked for him, cleaned his house, and obeyed his every command. He even slept on the floor beside Ray's bed, not out of punishment, but as part of the strange rhythm they built together. To Colin, it wasn't servitude, it was belonging. When he joined Ray's biker gang, riding through long highways and open skies, he felt the closest thing to freedom he had ever known. Yet back home, his parents began to worry. They had never met Ray and grew uneasy about how little Colin truly knew about him. When Colin's birthday came, Ray didn't acknowledge it. No gift, no words, just silence. Colin tried not to show his disappointment.
Eventually, Colin's parents insisted on meeting Ray. The dinner was tense from the start. Colin's mother, frail but fiercely protective, accused Ray of being too cruel, too secretive. Ray, defensive and proud, lashed back, telling her that her idea of love was outdated, that what he and Colin shared was something she couldn't understand. The confrontation ended abruptly, with Ray storming out, and Colin torn between the two worlds he loved. Weeks later, his mother passed away. The loss hollowed him out. One night, while cooking for Ray, Colin's grief and exhaustion caught up with him. His hand slipped, and scalding oil burned his skin. He cried out in pain, and for the first time, Ray ran to him, genuinely concerned. He bandaged Colin's hand, then, without a word, led him to bed. That night, they shared a bed for the first time, not as master and submissive, but as two men holding each other against the weight of the world. When morning came, Colin asked if they could sleep together more often. Ray didn't answer. When Colin asked for a... When he finally returned, exhausted and shaking, Ray looked at him differently. Maybe it was the defiance, or maybe it was love, but something softened. "All right," Ray said, "one day." And that day was unlike any other. They went to the movies, shared greasy fries at a diner, and laughed until their stomachs hurt. In the park, they ran through puddles like children. Colin saw a side of Ray he had never seen: warm, funny, and kind. When the sun began to set, Ray leaned in and kissed him, softly, as if the entire world had gone quiet just for them. But the next morning, Ray was gone. No message, no explanation, just an empty bed and the faint smell of leather and smoke. Colin waited for days, then weeks, before realizing Ray wasn't coming back. Slowly, he rebuilt his life, moving back in with his father, finding comfort in small routines again. Time passed, and the ache dulled. One evening, he sat at his computer, opened a dating app, and started a new profile. This time, he didn't promise silence or submission. He set boundaries, wrote what he wanted, what he needed. For the first time, he wasn't searching for someone to control him. He was searching for someone to truly see him. Because Colin had learned that love isn't about who you kneel for, it's about who helps you stand back up.